So we're going to say our seat belt, it's not cut or frayed. It's in good condition. It latches. And it unlatches. And it's securely mounted here and up here. Okay? And then we're going to do 3 safety equipment. The first one is our fire extinguisher. We say it's down here by our door. And we say it's up to date, pin in place, fully charged, and it's securely mounted. Okay, that's right here. Then we're going to talk about 3 reflective triangles. We say they're behind our seat. So we're going to say there's 3 reflective triangles. They're not cracked, damaged, or broken, and the color is red. They want to hear the color. So the color is red. Okay, so now your third one is your spare fuses. Your spare fuses will be up here in this little cubby, or they'll be in here where the fuses are. Okay, so here or here. So that's your 3 safety equipment. Now we're going to start with our mirrors. We're going to say our left and right mirror. It is clean, clear, not cracked, damaged, and it is adjusted to me. Then you're going to go up to your windshield, and you're going to say my windshield, it's clean, clear, no cracks, no damage, good condition, no illegal stickers. Okay? So now from there, we're going to go to our wipers. So you want to turn on your wipers, just like on your car. And you're going to say, my wipers, windshield wipers, they're in good condition. They're rubber blade. There's no cuts or frays. It works properly. Okay, so then you're going to push this in, just like on a lot of the cars. That's your washer fluid. A lot of these trucks don't have washer fluid because we use it all the time. So this one doesn't have it. If it doesn't have it, you would say, I would report that to maintenance. Anything that does not work the way it should, report it to maintenance. Okay? So we started here, we went here, now we're going to go down to here. So we're going to say our water temperature. It should be between 170 and 200. Then our oil pressure. Our oil pressure should be between 20 and 60. Then you come over here to your volts. Your volts should be between 12 and 14. And then you're going to talk about your primary and your secondary air pressure. They should be between 100 to 120, or you can say 100 to 125. Either one of them counts because it's just whatever your cutoff's at. So if you say either one of those, you'll pass. Okay, so that's your gauges. So now we're going to move here. We're going to move to our lights. So our 4-way flashers are right up here. My 4-way flashers are working. Okay, my left turn signal is working. My right turn signal is working. My high beam is working. And then down here, there's a switch, and that turns on your headlights. It's a 3-way switch. The first notch, that says P, that says park lights, but it's also your clearance lights. That's another word for your clearance lights. So if you just do the first notch, it's your clearance lights and your tail lights. If you turn it all the way on, it's your headlights, your clearance lights, and your tail lights. Okay? So you're going to shut that back off. Okay, so we've done this, we did this, now we're going to our horns. This is our city horn. It's working. And the air horn, it's working. Okay, if it's not working, you would report it to maintenance. So you just go here, 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 here. Now you're going to go to your heat and defrost. And so I'm going to do this, but it's going to be hot. So you want to go this way, and this way. So that right there, that's heat and defrost. So you want them all to be aiming for the tester. So you're going to say my defrost is working and my heater is working. Now we're going to go back. Ooh, hot. Okay, so that's how you do your heat and defrost. Now, that's all the components. Now we start on our brakes. So this is our truck brake, this is our trailer brake. And we're going to do what we call the tug test. We're going to tug on them to make sure that they're working. So you can start with either one, it doesn't matter as long as you do both of them. So I'm going to start with my truck brake because my truck brake is out. If it's out, it's on. So I'm going to check my truck. So I'm going to put it in low gear. And then I'm just going to give a little tug. So I'm just going to tug until you feel a little bit of resistance. My truck brakes are working. So now I'm going to pull these out, push these in. So now I'm checking my trailer brakes, okay? So I'm going to do the same tug test on my trailer brakes. Make sure they're holding. So they're holding. Okay, so they're both holding. That's good. So those are your brakes, but you have 3 brakes to check. 1, 2, and then your service brake. You've got to remember that one. So you just did the tug test on these. So now you're going to do your service brake. So what you're going to say is, I'm going to test my service brake. I'm going to drive 5 miles an hour. Not here, 5 miles an hour. And you have to get to 5 or it doesn't count. I'm going to drive 5 miles an hour, and I'm going to clutch and brake. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get up to 5. So get up to 5 miles an hour, and then you clutch and brake. Okay? And I didn't hold on to the steering wheel, and so they want to see if it moves. So you're going to say, my service brake worked, my steering did not pull to the left or the right, and we stopped straight. Okay? So those are all your brakes. 1, 2, 3. Now, you're going to start your LAB. Your LAB is a do or die. You have to do your LAB 100% right, or you don't pass your inspection. So the first thing you want to do is make sure these are in, because they have to be off. And then you're going to make sure that you have a minimum of 100 PSI. If you don't have a 100 PSI, you give it gas to between 10 and 15. The faster your RPMs run, the faster you build air. So you hold that and you let it build air. So you make sure you're at least a minimum of 100. So once you know you're above 100, then you're going to go ahead, because we're at 120 now, you're going to go ahead and put it in low gear, because that's just a safety thing to keep from rolling. If you were just in neutral, they're not going to say anything. This is just something I like you guys to know, because if you have no brakes on. So this will keep you from rolling. Okay? So these are in. This is in first. You've got your air. So now you can shut your truck down. Okay? So now I'm going to turn my key back on, just to the on position. I'm going to say my ABS light, it came on, and it's going to go off. Right there. Went off. Okay? So now I'm going to start with my L. My L is my leaks. So you're going to say, I'm going to do my leak test, and I'm going to hold my brake for 1 minute, and I shouldn't lose more than 4 PSI in that 1 minute. Now you want to have a way to time it. So you go to your clock, and then you go to you can go to stopwatch, or you can go to your timer. I go to my stopwatch usually, so that way you have a way of timing it. So what you're going to do is you're going to push down on your brake, but you're not going to start this right away, because you're going to push on the brake, and when you push on your brake, you're going to lose air. When these stop moving within like 5 or 10 seconds, then you start this. That way you get an accurate reading. If you start this, the minute you hit this, you're always going to lose too much air. So you got to push the brake, wait for it to stabilize, so it'll move a little bit. We moved about 4 or 5 pounds. Then you start your timer. Okay? And you got to wait for 1 minute, which takes forever. And don't let up on your clutch or off your brake at all, because if you do, every time you move that and you hear air, you've lost more air. It won't give you an accurate reading. Yeah, it's not going to stay for long. So there's 1 minute, okay? So I'm going to say I held my brake for 1 minute, and I did not lose more than 4 PSI in that 1 minute. If you did, you would say I did lose 4 PSI in 1 minute, and I would report that to maintenance, okay? So that's your L, that's your leak. So now you're going to go A. A is your alarms. So you're going to say I'm going to pump my brakes now. I'm going to pump them, and these lights should come on, the alarms, and the lights should come on before 55. Okay, so then you're going to go and pump. Until your alarms come on. Make sure they both come on. One doesn't cut it. You have to have them both on. So my alarms came on before 55. So now you're gonna do your B. Your B is your brakes, okay? So you're gonna say, I'm gonna pump again, and these brakes should pop out before 20, okay? So you're gonna pump some more. And you just wait for them to pop out. Pretty close on that one. Usually you won't have any problems. You would just say my brakes popped out before 20, okay?
They don't say boom.
Yep, they pop out. Yep. So if they pop out before 20, you're good. This one's a little bit iffy.
So before you put one gear?
Yeah, it's in one gear. Yep. So that way, in case you would roll. Because we didn't have brakes on until just now. So that's why we put it into gear, okay? So they popped out before 20. So my brakes popped out before 20, you would say. Now you just have to do a safety start. So you're gonna clutch, take it to neutral, make sure you're in neutral. You're gonna push your clutch down. And start your truck. Okay? That is your in cap.